Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, if you're new to these videos, what do I mean by live? Well, this is a situation where I have not recorded everything, and now I'm coming back and doing a trade recap or some sort of post commentary. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, raw reactions, you will get that here. But to honor your time, if you're looking for a nicely edited video, nicely scripted video, you're not going to get that here. But if you just want a nitty gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you will get that here. Market's been open over 2 hours, but we have a special event. And that event being that we have a pretty big IPO today. Well, technically, I think it's like a direct offering. So not technically an IPO, but Coinbase, maybe you've heard of it, especially if you're in the crypto world, is going live today. And a lot of people talking about it. So I'm thinking that it's going to have quite a bit of volatility. And as traders, that's what we want. The problem is, when is this thing going to actually open up? And just been waiting and watching and figured, you know what, why don't I just get a video going? And it's either going to kind of be go big or go home. What do I mean by that? Well, I am prepared. I am willing to take on a little bit more risk. So if I do lose on the trade, then yeah, it's going to be a larger loss than what I would normally take. However, I believe that the odds are in my favor that I'm going to be able to put together a winning trade. So, and that's very important, because if I was sitting here saying, you know, it's like it's like a 50-50 guess, but I'm going to take on more risk. Okay, that's a total gamble, and that's really bad to take on more risk for something that you're like, 50-50. But I feel though it's way more than 50-50 in my favor. Now, that doesn't mean that anything's guaranteed, but that is why I am willing to take on more risk, because I like the odds that I can put together a good solid trade on this one. But that all remains to be seen. Maybe I will end up taking a loss, because again, this truly is live. So I don't know what's coming next, including I don't know when this stupid thing's going to open up. And I am getting a little frustrated. Maybe a good thing, because I don't know where my mind was at, but it kind of like, wait, Clay, why don't you just make a live trade of it? That'd be a good live trade. I feel like a lot of people would want to see the Coinbase trade if you make a trade on it. So I suppose that's a good thing that maybe it was delayed a little bit, because it gave my cobweb-filled light bulb a second to go on and say, hey, Clay, you like to make YouTube videos. Why don't you do one here? So a little bit more. So that's the context. I am willing to take on some bigger risk here. I'm looking for a nice win. Or, of course, it might not be it's not going to be a small little loss either. But like I said, I am prepared to take it. When I say prepared, I mean that it's not like if I take the loss that I could potentially take, then that's going to wipe away like months of gains or weeks of gains or anything like that. Well, could it wipe away a few days worth? Yeah, it could very well wipe away a few days worth, but it's just going to like destroy my account if I take a loss. No, but again, I like the odds that I can put together a winning trade. And then as far as just a very lackluster, very kind of choppy day. Haven't really been able to put anything together. I've had some, just like I said, you can see the results right now. So as of now, I'm going in $38, but that really doesn't matter. Even if I was down 38, it's not going to matter, because Coinbase is either going to, like I said, I think turn out to be a good solid trade, or it's going to be a bigger loss, but that'll remain to be seen. It's just a matter of when is this thing going to open up. So I'll keep an eye on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and pause for now, and I'll be back as soon as I can after it opens up, because like I said, it is going to be totally random, but we'll see what happens. All right, I'm feeling like maybe it's getting ready to open up. I'm watching these numbers here, and they're starting to really change more and more rapidly now. This is what's known as the level 2s, depending on how much of a beginner you are. And then this over here is where the technical chart will start to populate. But because it hasn't officially opened, that's why that's all blank. And then the level 2s. But like I said, those numbers are starting to change a little bit more. So I don't know, I'm going to let this play out here for several seconds here, and maybe I can actually capture the official start of Coinbase here, but it is still a total guess. I think it's a rational guess based on how those numbers are acting, but that doesn't mean that that it is gonna open up. And nothing. All right, well, thought maybe I'd be clever and be able to capture it, but yeah, nothing there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause. Quick update, it's now going on 1 p.m. Eastern time. Actually just got done doing a little bit of a 30-minute workout. I just couldn't take it anymore, standing around, and I say standing around because I do use a standing desk, but just waiting around, standing around and saying, I'm done. I'm going to go do something. And my risk was maybe I'll miss the open, but hey, I got back and it still has not opened. The price has, I can't remember the last time, I think it was down on the 360s when I was recording that last. Now this price has crept its way all the way up to 378. So the price keeps on getting more and more expensive. And that's the tricky part with these, is not only do you not know when they're going to start to trade, but you also don't know for what amount. But it is what it is. So I'll go ahead and pause, but wanted to throw out a quick update. All right, we are in business. And this thing is absolutely not even quite sure. You gotta let the level 2s here settle out. Literally, I'm pretty excited. Caught it within 5 seconds of opening. So this thing is quite goofy right now. So at this point, kind of just gotta, 394. So if 394 is broken, do I think it can go up to 400 is sort of the question. In there at 394. Can it get up through 394 though? That is the question right now. And look at all those sellers at 394. Look at all that. It's crazy. There we go. All right, I took some off just because it did not, and I'm glad I did. Look at that. Yep, there was something definitely strange there with the way that broke, and then didn't really behave the way I thought it would. So still have 50 shares. Let's see if this thing wants to give it another go. So all out there, $200, so I guess okay, but this is very, very goofy. Extremely goofy. I mean, I'm glad I captured it on video, and we still may get 400, which it looks like we will, but I mean, I don't think I really need to explain the goofiness. You've seen how it's been trading. And I realize in hindsight, oh yeah, and I'm still not done with it. I'd like to see it pull back. It's not really going to break 400 on its first try, is it? Because that would be crazy. It is. No, it didn't. I take that back. Well, it broke it by 1 penny. How crazy is that? Wow. All right. Just like that. Well, I never thought it would make that easy of a move up through 400. I thought for sure come up here, consolidate out, and then I'd be looking for another break of 400. But I mean, to buy at 400 when the thing had basically went straight up, yeah, that's just pretty crazy. So I made $200 on the trade, but I have no problem admitting that one. This one is definitely trading bizarre, but what I am interested in, let me get this. So we'll look to try to play a potential pullback here. Right now, 396 being that first area where I would be interested for a pullback. So got a ways to go for that, but yeah, as of now, this thing has basically just gone straight up. There we go. All right, let's see. What did I say? 396? Yeah. 396. Just double checking. So only 50 shares. I mean, oh, and there it goes even more. Well, in hindsight, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Just held. But that's hindsight for you. All right, well, I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just pause. I'm still interested, but like I said, you just can't buy right now. That's way too much chasing. I want to wait for some sort of pullback here. So at this point, like I said, just a watching waiting game. And it's kind of fun, though, to just watch it go. And the crazy part is this was originally quoted to start at 250. So, I mean, it opened up well above 250 and yet still going. So looking like the market just didn't care. All right, well, I will go ahead and pause for now. 415, though, does look like some sort of... Nope. See, I can't read it. I was just going to say, I'll finish the sentence. I was going to say 415 looks like some sort of top. And then as I'm saying that, it just exploded up like another $4. So this is just crazy. IPOs, do they usually go straight up like this? No, absolutely not. I mean, this thing is literally going straight up. It has not had a red candle yet. So, yeah, back to just waiting for the pullback. I'll go ahead and pause. Have an order at 411 here. See if this thing can pull back a bit more. With the way that it's hesitating, I'm going to go down to actually 405 now. Just 50 shares. I'd like more than 50. So get more of a pullback here. In 50 shares at 405. $408 though, being stubborn. So I'm going to get out there, take another $100 on it. Level twos are starting to calm down, but I have no problem admitting they're still a little. I'm still not by any means comfortable, but I was comfortable with the chart. And think about it. This is why you just don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. As of right now, let's think about things. There are people that bought up around here. How are those people feeling right now? And again, those people might have bought right there and chased, and it worked out. Bought right there, chased, it worked out. Bought right there, chased, worked out. And they're like, well, it's worked all these other times. I've sat through a couple little pullbacks and it's been fine. So you know what? I'm going to buy again right there. And now look at it. All those gains gone. To be fair, if they're still just holding and hoping, I suppose this thing could ultimately return itself all the way around. But that's just not a viable strategy, right? If you're willing to sit through this massive of moves to hope that it'll go back up, but there is no doubt in my mind right now that there is a bunch of people that have just been slaughtered, that are being slaughtered. And like I said, they bought right there, chase. 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 And then they were buying up around this area. And each of these buys, think about it, the price did pull back. But, strong hands, diamond hands, right? Diamond hands. Well, the people that just bought right there and their diamond hands, well, so far, from a trading perspective, that is, it's just getting worse and worse. Does it really want to come all the way down to basically 381? That's the next question. 381, could I play another bounce off of there? But yeah, up $300 on it. I mean, so again, did I go into this thinking I'd be making up more? Yeah, I did. I'm not going to try to play that off. However, I'm also not going to play it off as I never imagined it would have behaved like that, just straight up. The one thing I did get right, though, is at least I waited for the pullback, got in at a good spot. And although never quite hit where I was originally wanting, 410, to give myself credit, I did recognize that there's something not quite right. So I just got out at 407 instead. And again, who knows? This is craziness. Maybe this thing is about to go straight right back up. And then all those people that bought up here, their sweaty palms will be just fine. And they'll walk away with a break-even trade or actually make money. But as of right now, as I speak, ask yourself, who knows? Maybe you're one of those people. You bought up around there. I mean, there are some people here that are just getting slaughtered. So I'll go ahead and pause, see if there's another trade that comes about from it. Watching 400 here, just 25 shares, just because, like I said, I have no problem admitting this one is getting pretty Pretty interesting. But yeah, if it can break up through 400, it does look like a very interesting scenario. But I also have to question, am I just trading now for YouTube's sake? Maybe. But I guess if I am, that's why at least I'm acknowledging that somewhere in my subconscious with only 25 shares. But I mean, this is that's a good looking setup right there. So it's not like I'm just somehow randomly throwing in a trade. But at this point, it's once again pulling back again. So I'll go ahead and pause. And right here, good example of why you want to wait for confirmation, because that thing just totally rolled back over. So again, you got to wonder, what are these people thinking even now? I mean, the price has gone down even lower. So I'll let this play out a little bit more, but probably wrap it up soon, but I'm not going to quite wrap it up yet. Let's just see what else plays out. I am going to go ahead and wrap things up, and sorry, but not sorry, just because, like I said, this is live. So I realized I was going into this thinking that maybe, and I didn't mean to hype it up or anything. I guess maybe I did that. That was unintentional. But sometimes you'll have a game plan going in, and it just doesn't quite go. No, I mean, I still made $300 on it, so I'm not trying to sit here and make it seem like, oh, geez, Clay, woe was you. You made $300 in, I don't know, 10 minutes. Like, oh, it's. So I'm not trying to come across as ungrateful. Just that I know that maybe you were expecting something bigger, kind of like I was, either a bigger win or a bigger loss, but it just played out in that fashion. I'm glad I played it the way I did, especially seeing how it's played out. But I think I know the best part and best example is just always be aware. Always be aware. I get it. Movements that go up and up and up, it can feel like, right? FOMO, fear of missing out, can be a very real thing. But all it takes is a trade like this, and there is a bunch of people, like I said, buying up around here, that can wipe out a whole lot of gains, all your gains, your entire account. So just be aware of that. It can happen, and saw a real life example of that happen right here with this one. Now, before I go, a few things here. Because these are live, they're not the easiest to make. I have to talk to you. I have to think for myself. I have to enter in my own orders. I have to type alerts in the chat room. So there is a lot of stuff going on, and they're not impossible to do. Been doing them for years, but I do want to manage my time as best as possible. So if you do enjoy them, if they are worth my time to put in all the effort, then two things you can do. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment. I guess in this one, just leave the comment or an emoji of coin. So you leave a coin emoji or, but something simple. Hit the like button, leave a coin emoji or just a smiley face, whatever. But those two things go a long way in communicating to me that, hey, Clay, yeah, they're worth your time. Please keep doing them because I enjoy them. And as long as I know that, I have no problem doing these. It'd be so much easier to just record everything and then do a post commentary or a trade recap. But I feel like those are kind of boring. And I from your feedback, I know a lot of people like the nitty gritty stuff, although it can be really unscripted. And look at this thing continue to drop right now. I am stalling a little bit because I'm curious. Can this thing actually get down to these lows and break the lows? Let's watch. Let's just keep it going at this point. So 381 was where it essentially opened. Now I'm almost wondering, should I try to play the bounce there? But I got to get moving with things. But anyway, so thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. And again, if you enjoyed the live trade video, if you want me to keep making more like this, hit that like button, leave a very simple comment below, even if it's just an emoji. So thank you for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.